Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on another episode of Cutting Up with Bae. Today we're about to make some fat, chewy, delicious chocolate chip cookies. Before we get into the recipe, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and check out the description box for all the information below. Now I have my KitchenAid mixer here. If you don't have a KitchenAid, you can use a hand mixer. If you don't have a hand mixer, I suggest that you just invest in one. They're about $20, maybe $30 at the most, but it will help you in your baking adventures. Here I have some melted butter, I have some white sugar and some brown sugar, and I'm mixing it on low. While this is mixing, I'll give you one of Bae's baking tips. And one of my tips for baking is make sure your items are at room temperature. So if you're using eggs, if you're using butter, if you're baking with cream cheese, you want to make sure all of that stuff is at room temperature so that way it blends well. So I added some vanilla extract and now I'm going to crack an egg and I'm going to add that. I'm going to mix it until it's fully incorporated. And while this is mixing, I'll give you another one of Bae's baking tips. And one of those baking tips is to leave the oven shut. Don't open it and close it and open it and close it. Set the timer and let it bake. Back in the day, there was a saying, and it went something like, set it and forget it. And that rings true because you don't want to disrupt the baking process. Here I've added just a little bit of salt. And again, I'll leave all the specific measurements in the description box below. Now I'm adding my flour to this mixture. And this is where the magic kind of happens because it's transforming into cookie dough right before our eyes. Now, I don't know about you, but I like milk chocolate. I also like white chocolate. Of course, white chocolate really isn't, traditional for this recipe. So I used milk chocolate instead of semi-sweet. You can use bitter if you want to, but I absolutely do not like bitter chocolate. So milk chocolate for the win. And I added not only milk chocolate morsels, but I also took some milk chocolate Hershey's and I broke those up into pieces and added them as well. So I have my oven preheated. I'm going to take this cookie dough. I'm going to turn these into a couple cookie dough balls. I'm going to bake these things in the oven for about 9 to 11 minutes, depending on how soft you really like your cookies. And voila, you have some fat, chewy, chunky, delicious cookies. Now, if possible, you want to let the cookies cool off. Give them about 10 or 15 minutes. But if you can't wait 10 or 15 minutes, because I can't wait 10 or 15 minutes, then head over to the damn refrigerator, get some milk so we can dump these cookies and we go cool them off the manual way. So we're about to break our cookie open and it looks amazingly delicious to me. It looks super chocolatey. Don't expect a chocolate pool from these because again, I like to let them cool off a little bit so I'm not scraping the top of my mouth. But in a nutshell, this is Bae's chocolate chip cookies, Bae's banging chocolate chip cookies. You guys try my recipe, come back, let me know how you like it. If you need some merchandise, check out cuttingupwithbae.com. And if we're not friends on social media, add me. But I want to thank you guys for your time. You guys have a good afternoon. And until next time, peace out, you guys.